Hi, I'm Erica Leonardi, and I am a civil and environmental engineer at Wayne State University. I actually picked that discipline because I am fixated on marine biology and marine life, and I have done many papers on sharks, so I thought I would continue that with this informative summary. I chose the article "Magnets Help Keep Sharks Out of Fish Traps," and that was in the Smithsonian Magazine. So for my presentation today, I will be talking about the biology of sharks and then moving on to an experiment conducted by the University of Newcastle, and they discovered ways to deter sharks from entering fishing traps. And I will talk about the results, and then I will move on to other applications of how they use the results from the experiment. To begin, sharks have all 5 of the human senses, but then they also have a 6th sense, and that detects electrical signals, vibration, and pressure changes in water. They do this with the use of small pores connected to long jelly-filled bulbs that transmit to the nerves underneath the skin. And these small pores are located around the head and underside of the nose. So the research team in Sydney, Australia at the University of Newcastle hypothesized that if you changed the electrical signals at the entrance of the fishing traps, you'd be actually able to deter the sharks from entering. In order to prove this theory, the scientists set up 1,000 traps and observed them over a course of 8 months. In a third of the traps, they lined them with magnets. In another third, they lined them with metal bars, and in the rest, they kept them normal as the control group. These traps were targeted for Australian snappers, and past records show that about 10% of the catches would be sharks. Moving on to the results portion of the experiment, the scientists found significant effects from the usage of the magnets and found a 30% decrease in shark capture. In turn, this resulted in more space in the traps and caused a 30% increase in fish captured. The fishing community was extremely happy to hear that they could catch more fish by using these shark repellent magnets. And another selling point was the ability to decrease the number of traps they'd have to buy, which more than offset the cheap cost of the magnets. Moving on to the final portion of the presentation, the recap and future use. So we found out that magnets are great repellents against shark because they irritate and confuse their 6th sense. And fishermen find them beneficial because they are able to catch less sharks and more fish. The only unfortunate part of using these magnets is that they're only good for traps and not fishing rods. If you use them on the rods, they actually will attract the hook and just tangle your line. But other research teams have actually expanded on the university's discovery and have now found a way to use them in protective barriers for popular areas such as beaches or surfing spots to deter sharks from attacking the humans. They're also in the process right now of using them for scuba divers so that if they do come in contact with sharks, they would be able to deter them without harming them. And that's all I have for my presentation. Hopefully you enjoyed it and learned something new about sharks. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I will respond to them. Thank you.